What's up everybody, Yogi here. Today I am going to be pretty much doing a rant on PvP and like all the problems with it and stuff they could easily have done to fix this. And before we get into that, I'm going to go over the Blazing News 9th edition that we just got, because this is kind of like what pushed me into the rant in the first place. But let's get into it, right? And I did review this earlier on Nordice Blazing's Twitter, but I never uploaded it, and I'm glad I didn't, because the text in here is suggesting something a little different, at least for the super impact part. So first thing we have is a birthday event is planned. To celebrate the birthday of that character, summons featuring that character will appear. Also, we will be holding birthday events for more characters in the future. Let's celebrate together. Okay, so if you don't already know, Sasuke's birthday will be here in a few days, right? And that means the next update we will be celebrating his birthday, and in theory we should have a banner with all of the 6-star Sasukes in it. I said in theory because if you saw the leaks also on Nordice Blazing's Twitter, you would see that we're going to be getting Curse Mark Sasuke, the Blazing Bash one, in his own banner. He's alone the one featured character. To me, that is just such a bad move. The Blazing Bash ones, the Renegon, and then the last Sasuke are also in their own banner. I don't know if there's going to be a third banner with all the other Sasukes, or if they're just included in the Blazing Fist banner too yet, but the main problem is the fact that they separated the banners. If they had them all together, all Sasukes available from one banner, that would be awesome. But the fact that they separated it is really bad, because if we're being real, if you summon on Blazing Bash Sasuke's banner and get enough to have him fully max duped or red ultimate, whatever, he can still be one-hit KO'd by Kimimaro, a character that is used a lot as it is. So yeah, it's not cool that they did that at all. It's another missed opportunity, but I still think it's cool that they are at least letting people summon for their favorite characters at once, you know. Next thing up here is every Super Impact missions will be appearing with SS rank. Also, the reward characters from Super Impact missions will drop as 6-star and can be Blazing Awakened. And after that, they say the development of guided missions is progressing smoothly. We hope you're looking forward to this update. Going over the guided missions part, I don't know what exactly to expect. I'm going with that it might be something like them expanding on filler missions kind of thing, like fillers from the anime, because that way people get to experience more stories and they can introduce more ninja this way. And to me that would be really cool, because obviously it makes no sense for them to jump around when it comes to the main story, because that's what story mode is for. You know, I don't know what else they would do with guided anyway. But if they give us characters from this mode, I'm all for it. The other part with the super impacts, this is the main reason why I'm glad I didn't, upload that video before, because they say super impact missions. On the leak, it just says super impact mission as in singular. So the fact that they say missions leads me to think that we might be getting 2 different SS ranks, unless they're just talking about a trend after this. But yeah, it's either going to be a trend of 6-stars that can be Blazing Awakened, which means they're free to play Blazing Awakened units, or it's going to be 2 during the anniversary at least. I'm going with the 2 during anniversary, possibly. When it comes to the Blazing Awakened part, right, that means, they're awakening the characters for PvP use. Now, I don't know how good or bad they're going to be, but I just want to go over a few free-to-play units and pretty much show you guys why I'm kind of worried about this idea in general. Here we have Ashura. I want to show 3 of them. They're all purchasable from the Ninja World Clash Shop with enough points when they're available. Now, when it comes to Ashura, he was released during the anniversary, right? So let's look at his stats. 37,000 HP, okay. 3,000 strength, also okay. 182 speed, that's bad. It's just bad, period. If you go over all his abilities, he has 3 speed boost skills that will total 30 altogether, which means he's supposed to be having 152 speed without any dupes. And then you got this health boost that, at least on PvP, it gives him 1,000. So he's ultimate. He has those attack boost, field, and buddy skills, which is okay. It's good for PvP. But what's up with his jutsus, right? I mean, he was released during the anniversary. They should know what they were doing, right? Nope. They gave him 510 chakra, which is already a problem because he needs to go through one full lap to get enough chakra for his jutsu, or have chakra regenerated from another unit, right? Very exploitable. That's why you don't see people using too many 510 chakra units anymore, because if they get chakra sealed or something like that, then they're kind of screwed. Anyway, his jutsu gives you 4 perfect dodges for 3 turns, and then gives you 10,000 damage worth of barrier. This is dumb because perfect dodges and barriers were never a thing in PvP, right? It just wasn't. So the fact that they gave that to him and expected you to use him in PvP, whilst they gave him speed skills, is ridiculous. His ultimate just deals some damage, and it's not bad for a free unit, but again, I doubt you'll be getting his ultimate off. As it is in PvP, it's hard to get ultimates off anyway, unless you're using 6-path Madara or units with resets in general. The main thing is he was handled poorly. He was the anniversary unit last year, and honestly, if they made him 3-6 chakra, 3 for his jutsu, 6 for his ultimate, yeah, he would be good and usable in PvP, or good enough to be usable. He's still on the slow side. Let's go up to Tenten, right? She has over 40,000 HP, okay strength, but she is god-awful slow. And it sucks because she actually is 4 chakra. We see 510 chakra, but she has this skill right here that reduces her chakra gauge. So she's really 4-8 chakra. And then if you read it, you see she deals damage and she knocks them back, reducing their gauge by 1. And when she's doing this, she can darn near launch somebody across the whole map. So it's a really good jutsu for moving, an enemy or throwing them into a chakra field. Why it sucks, however, is because, she's so slow. So by the time you throw somebody into the chakra field, they can have their turn, grab a chakra bottle, outspeed Tenten because she only has 137, and then still do their jutsu afterwards. So it's helpful, but if she was faster, she could be more usable, right? That's all I'm saying for this. And last person is Sai. He's actually usable in PvP because he has a lot of HP. His attack strength is what holds him back for real. Speed is not that good either, but he does have 10% dodge with all of his abilities. And on top of that, he has 15% buddy skill. Damage reduction skill as his buddy skill, 15%. And his jutsu just does slip damage, stuff like that. Now, if he was 4-8 chakra, he would be perfect for PvP because you could get off his jutsu quickly. You could try comboing it with Utakata, or like slip damage really is not used that much in PvP. It really isn't. So if he was 4-8 chakra, it would not be that broken. And my point with this is Sai is definitely the one you can use the most out of all 3 of those I went through. Tenten, she's next in line because she does have some good stats, but speed is kind of like what holds most of these units back in general. But my point is, when it comes to Blazing Awakened units, that's the main thing I'm worried about. On to the last thing, and this is where the rant's gonna be coming from. The implementation of Mystery Scrolls and Ninja World Clash. The unpredictable Mystery Scroll will appear randomly during the battle. When you obtain the Mystery Scroll that appears on the map during Ninja World Clash, a random effect will activate. Depending on the effect, you could turn the tide of the game. And then going on to the next part, extra effect implementation. Taking specific characters to specific missions will boost the character's performance with the extra effects. The extra effect will influence the character's status and rewards. Summonable characters and various reward characters. Various reward characters equaling pretty much free-to-play ninja, I'm guessing. Will have a diverse amount of effects. These will be implemented to provide a better playing experience for all players. So when it comes to this extra effect stuff, I'm just looking at it as sync skills. It's another thing they're going to implement that won't really throw off the game, but it just gives more boosts or makes things go smoother or easier. I don't know exactly how they're going to do it, but it could be something cool. I don't see it being a negative thing. Mystery Scrolls, this is where the problem starts, right? And before I just go off of Mystery Scrolls, let me set up something real quick. Alright guys, so getting on to the PvP part and why it's such a big problem. The problem is, up until now, we've had to deal with PvP in general. We've had to just get used to it, deal with it, no matter how much we didn't like it, because they haven't done anything with the mode since after the first time they released it and they did that little, what I thought would be a patch, you know, balancing the game, basically. They haven't done any changes. But after all this time, they finally are making a change to the mode. And what do? Instead of making new maps that are more balanced, or nerfing 6-Path Madara, a Blazing Fest character that is better than most Blazing Bash characters, something that you are trying to make money off of for the specific mode. No, let's not fix that. Let's add more RNG in the form of mystery scrolls. That is the thing that ticks me off the most. It's like a smack in all the players' faces. It really is. Like, to me, I think they're honestly looking like, oh, we're making some money off of Blazing Bash, everything's fine, and they don't put any more work into it. They do ban people when they get reported for hacking and stuff like that, but they keep making new accounts. They keep coming back. You know, that's not something I'm blaming them for if they keep coming back. But my point is, that's all they really do with PvP. They make new units. They ban the people that get reported, and that's it. Up until now, where we get mystery scrolls, yay! My point being this, when PvP first came out, we have units like this Chidori Sasuke right here, right? If you look at his multipliers, he got 3.6 for his jutsu, 40% chance to immobilize, and a 6.5 for his ultimate. Even though his stats look pretty good for a mid-range unit, he's just vastly outdated. 3.6 off of that jutsu, and that means he's dealing like 7,000-ish damage on a single target jutsu for 5 chakra. And his ultimate is going to be even weaker than that. So, off the sheer fact alone, this Sasuke is just a vastly outdated unit, right? However, in PvP, when it first came out, he finally had some life breathed back into him because of his stats. His stats are like this: 33,000 HP, 3,000 attack, and he has 280 speed. No speed pills put into him. He can reach over 300 speed if he puts speed pills into him. But the point being, he had decent bulk, decent speed, good amount of attack. He could immobilize with that jutsu for 2 seconds, which is pretty darn good. It wasn't 35% either. It was straight up 40% at the beginning. But the point being was he was usable in this mode. Another perfect example is Haku here. Not bad stats, right, if you look at it, but look at the god-awful multipliers. 2.5 for the jutsu and 5.6 for the ultimate. No bonus effects or anything like that. 510 chakra. But then on PvP, speed demon. And this Haku is max speed because of that. But even back then, Haku got a nerf. Haku had like 33,000 HP and 2,800 attack or something like that. I know for sure the HP I just said, but the point is, Haku was so good that he needed to be nerfed, right? And in regular modes, it's just not good. Why would you bring this? 2.5 times attack, really? For that jutsu? No, it's not a good thing to bring. If you try joining people with the maximum broken Haku for impact, especially if it's kind of challenging, you're going to be getting kicked, sadly, most of the time. So, my point is, these two units were good back then. And it was cool because they weren't just collecting dust in the boxes anymore. Fast forward, we get Blazing Bash, which I understand. Let's make some units that have a little bit of an advantage in PvP, right? But they should have stuck to that, a little bit of an advantage. First it was Crush Mark Sasuke, who was like, you know, meta. Then we got Lee, then Hinata. Hinata is still dangerous to this day, even though 6-Path Madara is a thing. But my point is with these units, the Blazing Bash units, they went wrong with them pretty quickly, because when they made something that was broken or kind of unbalanced, they never fixed it. They tried to make something to counter them. And these units from the beginning should have been like Ino here, for example. She has really good HP, good speed. If you look at everything she does, long story short, she has 40% chance of potentially not wasting chakra off of her jutsu. She gets speed boost and attack boost from that jutsu. And you can pretty much get off her ultimate. If you fought Ino, you know that if you don't take her out in enough time and she gets that reset and stuff, she can jack you up. You know, she's KOing you with her ultimate. At the same time, you know that she's not too hard to KO, right? Like, using Madara's jutsu plus another unit can pretty much take her out. Even if 6-path Madara wasn't a thing, there's other ways to get around people using Ino. My point being, units like her, Sakura, who's the new ones? Jiraiya and Tsunade? Those are what Blazing Bash should have been in the first place. Units that give you a slight edge, but they're not game breaking. Because if it comes to all those units I just named, and you know how to play PvP, you know that they can do some damage to you, but it's possible to work around them. Then you have units like Hinata. Hinata is just, my gosh. Let me go show my Hinata. Let me get Hinata, because she's just something else. She really is. So, she's a monster because she has 38,000 speed. I'm sorry, 38,000 HP and 373 speed. One of the fastest units in the game. And the damage she deals on her jutsu, I mean, is decent and all that. But, I mean, if you don't know, the big problem with it is the fact that she has a 20% damage reduction skill in general, right? And she has that much HP. It makes her incredibly hard to deal with, and people were running straight up 6 Hinata teams before Madara was a thing. Now, this is where one of the fixes come in. Bandai could have easily just limited the amount of units that you can use, the same amounts. And I'm saying at the bare minimum, limit it to 2. No one should be able to bring 3 Hinatas. No one should be able to bring 3 6-path Madaras. It's ridiculous at that point. And then it becomes a thing of, it's not even skill at that point if you're using just broken units to beat somebody, you know? Like, if they actually did the thing of locking it down to one type of unit, not one type as in wisdom or bravery, but you know what I mean, 1 Hinata per team, then people would actually have to get creative with their teams, leading to more interesting fights. Another thing you gotta take into consideration is not everybody likes using the same characters. What I mean is, people might be okay with Hinata, but they might like Sakura way more than Hinata, so they might want to use Hinata more. Or Ino here. I like using Ino, but I can't really use her on my teams because she gets destroyed so easily from 6-path Madara. So my point being, if people aren't playing for the characters they enjoy, which is what people do in gacha games, they summon for the characters they enjoy, they're not going to be having too much fun with that. Now, getting into why it's so bad is, you know, aside from the fact that they're not limiting the units, is literally 6-path Madara alone. He is literally killing this mode on his own. Because of the fact that out of all of his abilities, like pretty much all of his abilities have some significant use except this. Except Secret Technique Reset. Because after you get that off, you're pretty much going to beat somebody because he mobilizes them for 2 turns. Pretty much is the same thing with these people using multiple Madaras. They use their jutsus, they hope to get this reset right here, 20% chance that they don't lose chakra. After they get this, and he's 4-8 chakra, right? So, it's literally so many things to note. From his field skill, his sync skills in general with other Uchihas, 15% damage reduction in general. That's part of the reason why he's so broken. So pretty much someone running a full team of 6-path Madaras, they got 15% in general because there's always Uchiha out in the field. 30% more damage reduction from this skill. And from his field skill, if they're all bunched together, that's another 40%. So 40 plus this, making it 70, plus the other 85%. That's not calculated exactly like take 85% out of the damage, but still. My point is, it's freaking ridiculous. So it's annoying to beat, and on top of that, guess what the best counter is for this unit? Not Blazing Bash Choji, no, it's Madara, because he ignores substitution. Something that you have to deal with when it comes to this ability right here. So, if they limited it to 2 at most, if they're not going to do 1, then people having to fight multiple Madara teams wouldn't be a thing anymore. And I'll show a screenshot. I will show you guys the screenshot right now of me having to actually fight somebody who had 6 Madaras. And I've beaten people that had 4 Madara teams, but guess how I beat them? I used my Madara before theirs because he happened to be in the first slot. he happened to get a chakra reset. Oh, his jutsu generates chakra if he hits 2 people, by the way. He happened to get a chakra reset, generated chakra for himself. All my other units generate more chakra, and then he gets his ultimate off before the opponent does. Then I win. And his ultimate ignores substitution, so again, they can't dodge it with this for a skill. So my point being, if the only way to beat these teams is using one particular unit under that 20% chance that you get this off, this skill off, and maybe this helps you out if you get hit, 5% chance you restore chakra. But the point being, if he is your only hope at beating these type of teams, it's already ridiculous. Like, if they're unduped, you might have a chance, but let all of them be max speed pilled and have these 4 dupes. You're done for. You're legit done for. And it doesn't matter at this point how much money people spend on this game. Like, if you have a bunch of whales going all out just to get Madaras to be top tier in the game, you know, best they can be, guess what happens to all these other players out here? They're going to get annoyed and they're going to quit the game. I know people who have quit this mode altogether. I know people who have straight up quit this game, uninstalled it, because that's how much they're done with this mode. On top of that, to kick themselves in the butt more, why in the world should I summon for the next Blazing Bash if he's the best unit in the game and no one can touch him and beat him? They even made Blazing Bash Choji. He can do some serious damage to Madara. However, with his damage reduction skill and a buddy with more damage reduction, or maybe even dodge, so you try to go for that 40% dodge, guess what? He still lives. Which means after Choji attacks, because it's not really beneficial to run multiple Chojis. I haven't seen anyone do it yet, actually. But because he needs his dupes, right? But the thing is, even if you run multiple Chojis, Madara is still going to beat him. If they actually made Choji in mind to be a check for Madara, okay, but that's not the right way to go about it. You're supposed to nerf Madara if he's this crazy. If you keep trying to, if something's too overpowered and you keep trying to make something more overpowered to beat it, then you power creep the game way too quickly, right? So pretty much it's like this. At the end of the day, they're hurting their money, right, by leaving Six Path Madara the way he is. If they nerf him, like, look, all they have to do is this. They have separate sections for a reason. I have to go find my Valentine unit real quick, but it's not that hard. It really isn't. Just give me a second here. Let me show you guys what exactly I'm talking about. So, if you look at Ino here, right? Look at her jutsu. 4.5 times attack to all enemies, right? Now let's change it over to PvP. Wow, look, did you see that? Look at the numbers. Instead of 4.5 times attack, it goes to 3.7 times attack. Same thing with Konan. Same thing with Konan. She goes from 5 times attack on her jutsu to 4 times attack. So if they can actually change the damage multipliers, no big deal, you know, in between the Ninja World Clash and the missions mode of them, why can't they do that for Madara? There's no reason not to, right? So at this point, they can go ahead and nerf his skills. Not his skills, nerf. I'm missing where I'm coming from. They can nerf his damage multipliers. That's what I was looking for. The other example, right? Look at Kimimaro. This is his mission mode, right? His PvE. Covers chakra with 1 map of movement. Oh, would you look at that? His ability changed to damage the front row by 3,000 damage. His abilities are changing. So my point is, if it's actually possible for them to do this in the game, they can do some stuff to Madara. It's not too hard to simply lower the amount of damage he does on his jutsu from 5.3 to, I don't know, 4 times attack? Even, yeah, 4 times attack? That wouldn't be too crazy. I don't know exactly what they need to do. Like, I'm not going to go through all the calculations and stuff like that, but my point is, they can nerf this. They can nerf this to be 10%, you know, 10% chance that he resets. That way you don't have to deal with people just spamming it so freaking much. Because he's already getting regeneration from other ones. And yeah, if you're running multiple Madara teams, you wouldn't like an update like this, but at the same time, it would keep the game alive more. When I do PvP now, it's turning into me just sitting there for like 5 minutes waiting to find somebody, and then I'm fighting people like technically 15 ranks lower than me. That's how stupid it's getting. Okay guys, so that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover with this video. You know, the reason I even had to come to this video is because of how legit angry I got after this last ranked PvP season. I had like an 8 lose streak at some point. Someone else I knew had 20 lose streak, and mind you, we do not suck at PvP. We do not. It's the fact of having to deal with the multiple Madaras and the resets and all the jankness, you know. And PvP in general has that level of jankness too, with all the chakra seal, switch seal, force switch seal, and all that. But there's stuff they can do to make players happy by balancing stuff out. So, you know, this is not just supposed to be a rant video with just a rant video because I'm angry, you know what I mean? Give actual points of what Bandai or Gree, because Gree are the people who make this game, so stuff they can do to fix it. And it literally is simple. 2 units. I would like it to be 1 of each type of unit, like 1 Madara, Uchiha, Endless Moonlight used, but at the bare minimum, at least limit it to 2. Nerf this other stuff like his damage multipliers, and this could be 10% chance. This could be 20 for PvP. It's little stuff they can do that can help out the game mode. They could boost older units as well. That's why I even have my Minato here. Like, look at this. Max limit broken. This is their stats. If he was max speed pilled, he have 391 speed. His strength is pretty good for a vast range unit, but look at that HP. He can easily get one shot from a Hinata if she has an attack boost, or if someone else just helps attack along with her. Any other unit, they just boom, she hits you, he's gone. Which is why I didn't speed pill him. But my point being, he doesn't have any bonus effects on his jutsu and ultimate. What if they gave him a 10% chance of substituting on his jutsu? Tell me how broken that would be. Like, be real. Tell me how broken that would be if they did that. Because 10% is a negligible amount. If he used his jutsu and had that 10% chance of dodge, I would be aware of it, but that wouldn't stop me from going for him. It legit wouldn't. Because it's a 90% chance I'm going to hit him. You see what I mean? So there's little boosts and stuff that they could do with that. They could give this to him. They could give that 10% substitution skill to this older version of Heart Naruto. And I'm not saying they need to go out through I'm not saying they need to go out their way to try to boost up every single last unit, but I'm just talking about certain ones, because he was also very good in PvP when it came out, because he was the main chakra regenerator. His jutsu and ultimate have 14 hit combos. His damage is not even broken 3.2 in PvP. That's only like, what, not even 8,000 damage. Less than 8,000 damage he's dealing on a single target jutsu. And with all the dodges that came along, that's why he fell from grace. But, you know, still speedy. But after his jutsu, if he had a little bit of chance of substituting along with his skill, ooh, 15% chance he dodges. It's not broken. Especially because they keep making new units that avoid it anyway. Along with that, here's the biggest like smack in the face. If you didn't know this, see Mizuki's title here, Hidden Treachery? It used to be Hidden Ambitions. They legit went out of their way to change the title of a 4-star ninja. See, this is what, you know, bothers me about the whole thing in general. Why would you guys go through the work of, like Bandai, Gree, whoever's making this game, they go through the work of changing a freaking title name for a 4-star ninja that ain't nobody paying attention to or care about. Like, this doesn't accurately describe the first villain of Naruto. I'm triggered. No one's saying that. You're gonna change that. You're gonna, after all this time, give us freaking mystery scrolls, right? And not fix any of the main problems. Yeah, all I can say is doing PvP has pushed me to a point where it's irritating, it's not fun, it's borderline depressing, or it straight up is depressing. It is depressing. I'm not even going to try to sugarcoat it. It is a depressing mode to play in when you keep losing no matter what you were trying to do. You saw my record from last time. It was just bad. You can't see it now, but fighting these people with multiple 6-5 Madaras, it's just only so much you can do. Oh, see that guy had a good team right there. See this team right here? Yeah. It's extremely annoying to deal with. That's why I would like it to be one copy of each unit. But I can still beat this team sometimes. So that's why I'm saying at least limit it to 2. But alright guys, I've pretty much gone over everything. I know I probably said this a few times at this point, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, or like at least you know at this point you're not the only one who feels probably some of the same ways I've felt about this. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below about what they can do to fix the game, because you know we can all complain all day or say what's wrong with it, but we need to make actual solutions. And you know, if any other solutions to fix this could work, you know. Some people said something like separate Blazing Bash and Blazing Fest, or make certain sections like that. That wouldn't really be good, because then you're breaking up the team composition even more. But yeah. Anyway guys, hope you guys have a nice day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you enjoyed this rant or got some good information from it. Peace. Anyway guys, that's pretty much, you know, all the main points I wanted to cover in this video. You know, I don't just want this to be me ranting just because of rage, because I'm really getting annoyed with this mode when I have to play it. It's my main source of pearls at this point as a free-to-play unit. I'm not a unit. As a free-to-play player, it's the main source of pearls for me, and
That's right.